Hi, Jen Broyles here, and in this video, I am going to share with you what messing with the middle means in regards to manifestation and why it's super important to stop messing with the middle because it can slow down or block your manifestation. So, what do I mean by messing with the middle? Well, the middle is a middle step in your manifestation that is often perceived as a way for you to receive your manifestation or your desire. So it's ultimately the pathway that unfolds for your desire to be realized. And however, the pathway is not what we want to be focusing on. Some people think that the middle step is the thing to manifest, but that's not the end result. Remember, as I've mentioned in all my previous videos, that the end result and how you will feel when your desire has been realized and the version of you who has manifested your desire, your self-concept, your identity is your job. So being the person who has your desire is your job. The pathway for how it is realized is not your job. I've talked before about the how. The how is not your job. And really, the middle is the how. Okay. So let's say, for example, you're manifesting money and maybe you have a specific dollar amount in mind, or you're just manifesting that more and more money is coming to you. So the middle could be the pathway or the how that happens. So it could be um, getting a job, or it could be winning the lottery. That's not the thing to focus on. That would be messing with the middle. If you're super focused on how the money is going to come, then that's messing with the middle. Instead, we want to be in the state of wish fulfillment and really focus on your self-concept. And I've done videos before about what self-concept is, but what self-concept is your identity. So who is the version of you who has the money, who has money flowing to you every day, who is a millionaire, who is making, over $100,000 a year, whatever that is for you, you become that person. You focus on becoming that person and feeling as if your desire has already been realized. You embody the state of the wish fulfilled. So what would that feel like when you've achieved your desire? You'd feel happy, you'd feel elated, you'd feel relieved, you'd feel safe and secure and joyful. Focus on embodying those feelings. Let's say you're manifesting a new relationship, a new partner, a husband, a wife. The middle would be how that's going to happen, how you guys are going to meet, what you need to do to meet the person, right? And there's literally nothing you need to do except be the version of you who has realized your desire. So the middle could be like thinking, oh gosh, do I need to get on a dating app? Should I get on this dating app or this dating app? Or should I go out to this event because maybe he'll be there? If you're super focused on the pathway or the how, that would be messing with the middle. And that's what we want to step out of. And I got to tell you, this is a really hard thing for me to do. And I find that this is true for a lot of analytical people. I tend to be quite analytical. And so I'm always thinking about how things are going to happen. Like, what is the plan? What is the step by step? I like to have a plan and a structure and, steps to follow. And when it comes to manifestation, you got to let that stuff go. You got to let that stuff go. The how is not your job. So when you're focused on the how, you're not in faith. When you're focused on the how, you're not in faith. You're not trusting. And so we want to go back to a place of faith, and faith is feeling. So feeling is the secret to your manifestation. We want to feel as if you've already realized it. We want to feel as if your desire is already here now because what you seek is already here. What you seek is already here. So being in a state of faith, in a state of feeling that your wish has been fulfilled is your one and only job. So stop trying to figure out how your desire is going to manifest and trust that it will and that it already is here. Okay. And embody that state of it being here now. Simply live in the state of wish fulfillment. And that's really all you got to do. It's quite simple, but it doesn't always feel easy, especially when our 3D reality is not reflecting our desire, right? So sometimes doubt or fear or worry or anxiety can come in, and in those cases, I'll do a separate video about what you can do when that arises. But you can work with different types of affirmations that are affirming that you believe it is possible. You're trusting that that the money is coming, or that the love of your life is coming and coming to you, and or whatever your desire is, the home of your dreams, or the location you want to live, whatever the desire is for you. You can say affirmations saying that you're choosing to believe and that you trust that it's here. But the key here is to not mess with the middle, to not try to get into the little specific details and wonder how it's going to happen and try to manipulate the situation, because ultimately that's what it is. Now, one thing I do want to say here is that when you're living in the state of wish fulfillment, when you are embodying the self concept of the person who has your desire, you're embodying the version of you who is in perfect health. You're embodying the version of you who is financially abundant. You're embodying the version of you who is in a beautiful, loving, supportive relationship. When you are being that person and you're living in the state of wish fulfillment, you're going to naturally take inspired action. You're going to naturally take inspired action towards the fulfillment of your desire. But it's not going to be an overthinking type process. You're just going to be inspired to do certain things and trust that. Trust that you'll naturally be inspired to do certain things, because when you're starting to really anchor in and embody that version of you, then you're literally training and reprogramming your subconscious mind to think and feel and be, like literally be and live from that place. So you're naturally going to take certain steps and actions that are going to lead you along the path to fulfilling your desire. But it's not a super planned out process. Okay. Chances are you're going to look back and be like, wow, that was amazing how that happened. It like happened in a way I could have never planned out for myself. It happened in a way that I could have never imagined for myself. And that's exactly what happened when I manifested the home I'm in right now. And I have a video on that specifically, so you can go back and watch that. But once I released how I thought it should look, and I completely released any attachment to the outcome and when it needed to happen by and what it was going to look like. The minute I did that, doors opened and things unfolded in a way I could have never imagined. And it was so much better. So, that's the thing. So live in the wish fulfilled. Use your imagination to really embody the state of wish fulfillment and the version of you who has your desire. So I'm going to read you a couple of quotes from some of Neville Goddard's books. And Neville Goddard was a teacher on manifestation and the law of assumption. And one of the things he says is, man is all imagination. Therefore, a man must be where he is in imagination, for his imagination is himself. Okay, so we want to use these imaginal acts because they literally will create your reality. And you may have done the experiment before where you like close your eyes and visualize a lemon and imagine biting into it. And you'll notice like your saliva glands start producing saliva as if it's really happening. Because what happens in your imagination when you really feel the experience with with consistency and practice, it will become real for you. Okay. So he says, man is manifesting the power of imagination whose limits he cannot define. All imaginative men and women are forever casting forth enchantments. All imaginative all imaginative men and women are forever casting forth enchantments. And all passive men and women who have no powerful imaginative lives are continually passing under the spell of their power. So your power lies in your imagination. Use your imagination for good. Use your imagination for good. Use your imagination for embodying the state of your fulfilled desires. There is no form in nature which is not produced by and sustained by some imaginal activity. Therefore, any change in the imaginal activity must result in a corresponding change in form. So your imagination is your power. It is your superpower when used properly. And use your imagination and really feel the feelings of embodying the state of your wish fulfilled. Let go of how it's going to happen. Don't mess with the middle and trust that things will unfold for you. All right. So if this really spoke to you and you're curious to learn more, then I invite you to join me and my colleague in our Manifest Nation membership, mastermind, and movement. So we're teaching all of the best manifestation principles, spiritual laws, and also I'm guiding you through breath work every single month to really support you in reprogramming your subconscious mind, gaining clarity on what it is that you want, and starting to anchor in and embodying the state of wish fulfillment so that you are able to consciously manifest a life that you love. So click the link below to learn more. We'd love to have you inside. We are bringing on our founding members right now. I have a lot of cool stuff to offer for you, and the community is incredible. So come join us, very high vibe group, and we look forward to seeing you inside.